Hello everyone, this is White Wolf. We're going to start off this live, and what I really wanted to express today was the very nature of that you can just be the person that you want to be in every single moment and just become that and allow yourself to just project that and allow that to be a healthy way of knowing that you can choose the best life now in this moment. You can choose your best state of being in this moment. You can choose the thoughts that align to your belief systems in a perfect way to be non-attached. And then you can allow yourself to just be that projection of consciousness in every single moment. When you allow yourself to do that, you're allowing yourself to let go of the expectation of how to think or how to feel, because you're choosing to feel into a higher state and a higher realm of consciousness within yourself. So when you're doing that, you're allowing yourself to completely just make the choice to be freedom in that moment. And choosing to be that person is choosing to be the extension of source energy that you want to become. Rather it's honor, rather it's freedom, rather it's wanting a better emotional state. Choose to be that person that is in another parallel reality that does not know you. Be your future self right now in the present. Place your desired reality in the present, so that you're able to emit that vibration and you're able to let go of the hurts or the change of the past and allow yourself to manifest your future here and now with this simple step, and just really allowing yourself to be very direct and precise and allowing yourself to just become the person that you want to become the life that you want to become the prosperity that you want to become. In that moment, when you make that decision, you are breaking off the chains that are binding you energetically in a negative bond. So you're breaking off the negative energetic bondages, and you're allowing yourself to be connected within that moment, because you're slowing everything down and you're stopping everything, and then you're transmuting everything that you need to transmute, and then you're transforming within that moment so that you can be that extension of source energy. So when you make that decision to be the person that you want to become in the highest glory and the highest light, in your most optimum, you're choosing to quantum leap, you're choosing to shift, you're choosing to change, but you're choosing the transformation that you're becoming. And then once you start off with that attitude, that can be an exercise every day, that no matter what happens, no matter what goes on in your life, no matter how you started your day, you can make a brief moment and a brief decision and literally accelerate your journey just by being the person that you want to become in this moment here and now, and just choosing the power. That's the way that you empower yourself to take yourself out of the state that you were currently in and then completely project a new state within yourself. It's very powerful, it's very loving, it's very transcendent, because you're choosing to not give in to lack. You're choosing to not give in to your thoughts. You're choosing to avoid in a healthy way, not avoid in a bad way. That's spiritual bypassing. But to ignore and avoid and not take on the other energies. So what you're doing is that you're literally deflecting other energies that are not in your vibration, that are not supposed to be there within your realm, within your space, within your consciousness. And you're choosing to be energy, and you're the reason why everything is being created, projected, and has an awareness of how we can change the root cause and become the solution on how we can get to the bottom of this, so that we can finally become grounded in what we want to do and have a lot of faith in choosing freedom of everything. The way that we look at relationships, the way that we look at our finances, the way that we look at our job, the way that we look at our life. Because if we have that perception or that perspective of looking at our life as if it's something limiting, as if it's an obstacle, as if it's a difficulty, then we're not changing the polarity of negative and positive, and we're still resonating within negativity. And then when we are doing that, we are not balancing out the energies. We're not recalibrating ourselves so that we can finally see from a different vantage point. So then when we are able to see from a much higher perspective and vantage point, then we're able to receive to the point where we emanate and give off that vibration of wanting others to know themselves at a more pure state. So the ability to project, the ability to be the astral projection of the universe, is you becoming the heart of the universe. So when you're choosing to project that vibration out there into the world, you're choosing to receive upon this moment and to be the ecstasy of that moment. And you're choosing to be the ongoing progression of every type of manifestation. And when you are doing that, you're becoming syncopation and repetition. You're becoming something that is more consistent than what your current state was. So I was thinking about this, and I wanted to get into a dialogue, and I really wanted to observe how we can really accelerate ourselves in the morning, how we can use an exercise to get ourselves up in the morning so we can get on the right foot. Or even if you do this in the middle of the day, even if you're driving your car, even if you're exercising, even if you're in the midst of an argument with somebody, and then after that argument's done, you're like, I get to be the person that I want to be in that moment. I can get to be the person that I want to be in that moment. I can choose to be the person that I want to be in my future manifestations where I am at a more heightened state of awareness. So it's making a choice, but it's also affirming and confirming what you are and confirming everything else that is apparently not you. So you're trying to weed out and trying to debunk how you feel about yourself, how you feel about your thoughts, how you feel about others. So you're trying to eliminate the obstacles that you present. You're eliminating the attachment to belief systems. You're eliminating that people, places, and things have an apparent control over how you feel. So appearances and entities are just there as guidance and reflection. So how can I be a mirror today? How can I be a purified reflection of God's source energy? How can I reflect that back into everything that I did do? It's weird when you're channeling, by the way. That was funny. Everything that you do, if you were able to project that, if you were able to emanate that, if you were able to put that out into the world, then you will get what you want to be reciprocated as. So that's complete reciprocation of coming full circle and treating your life like a circle. And when you're able to do that, you're able to come full circle and come back to who the power is. The awareness of being, the awareness of mind, the knowingness of everything, the completion of soul and mind and body. So this is just you giving yourself a reminder on how to come back into that and completely diminish what is trying to limit you, and just literally giving yourself that empowerment and saying that I can become the person that I want to become in that moment and shatter everything that is of a negative nature, everything that is not of a positive nature, but literally just coming from your truth and just saying that I am the power and I am not in possession of anything, but I am everything that I want to become. Everything that comes along my path is learning. Everything that comes along my path is progression. Everything on my path allows me to tap into the power of who I am. So I can make this decision today and to not suffer, but I can literally become the person that I want to be in my future manifestations, in my parallel realities, in the parallel universes that I have already manifested and created. I've already done it. So it doesn't mean that you haven't done it. It just means that you haven't done it right in this moment, but it's bringing it right into the present. And when you're able to do that, when you're able to bring it right in the present, here and now, it changes the whole flavor of it completely, entirely. And it changes the way that you go about every type of configuration of energy. No matter how loud the world is, no matter what is going on in your lives, no matter if your relationship is a little sour, no matter if anything happens, you can make the decision, kind of like Tony Robbins says, that I'm going to choose to live in a beautiful state, regardless of what is trying to control my apparent circumstances or experiences or states of mind. So when you make that choice and affirm and confirm that I'm going to be that person regardless of any illusions that present themselves, that I am that. Because I am that I am. And I am because you are, and you are because I am. So therefore, we are. And it allows us to have this crystal clear way to transcend the human condition in this moment, that you are not your thoughts, you are not your emotions, you are not your body. You are not the problems. We are not the suffering or the healing. But we are powerful and courageous, and we have freedom at our disposal if we choose to tap into that here and now. And if we choose that, and if we always go with that, if we always go with what is most desirable in every single moment, then we're not withholding the blessing of God's source energy with ourselves, but we are really just emulating that blessing, choosing to be it, choosing to project it, and choosing to implement it, and actually put it in our lives as a way of being more fearless, being more courageous, being more in sync with our vibration. And then once you choose to be that, then that means that everything else will have no other reason but to choose it. Because no matter what is going on in your life, no matter what the noise is, no matter what the problem is, it does nothing to do with ourselves. But we feel like it has something to do with ourselves. Every time that we are going through clearing, healing, going through problems within our lives, we feel like it has something to do with ourselves, and then the focus is still on ourselves, instead of focusing on how to purify it, how to transform it, and how to change it. And then once we're able to do that, then we make the choice to be that person that we want to become in that moment. And if we choose to be that, then we will completely allow ourselves to grow and change and become. No matter what the circumstance is, no matter what happens in our lives, no matter what we go through, we can truthfully just say, I want to be that power that I want to become. Be that person that you want to become, and then the rest is literally just done for you. And that's what makes it beautiful. That's what makes it loving. When you just make that choice, make that apparent knowingness that I choose to be the person that I want to become, no matter what the circumstance presents itself. And then everything kind of falls away and subsides, and then this activation inside of yourself, completely exploding inside of you, letting you know that you just quantumly and transcended the human condition by one decision, by one act of faith, by one action. You just literally made the choice to be that person that you wanted to become. And you didn't waver in it, you didn't shy away from it, you didn't have to describe it or try to do it, but you just allowed for the activation within yourself to do it. And that's what makes it beautiful. And that's what makes it loving. And that's what makes it a way to transform within yourself. And then once you do that, you allow yourself to change. You allow yourself to really transmute the energy that does not need to be there. And then once you do that, then everything becomes a lot more purified, and you become more in sync and balance with yourself. So I want to thank you guys so much for being a part of this live. Also book private sessions. This is White Wolf. I hope everyone enjoyed it. And until next time, I'm also going to try to do live readings later. And so I hope you guys really enjoyed the message. God bless. And namaste.